Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today we're talking about some of the most recent news in the Kevin Durant trade world. It seems like you're getting multiple trade updates for Kevin Durant this offseason about different things going on every day. And I've been making a couple of these update videos for Kevin Durant in a day. This is like the second or third one I've done today. I really like doing it, talking about, everything that's going on in this potential Kevin Durant trade, as there are still a bunch of teams in the mix, and we hear all these rumors and updates as it goes on. And a report a week ago was that the Suns wanted to trade Durant, by the NBA draft, which is a week from today. So you would think it's coming soon, at least in the next week, a Durant trade. And I wouldn't expect a Kevin Durant trade to happen on draft day. I think it's something that's going to happen a day or two before draft day. So if a I think a Durant trade is going to happen in the next 5 or 6 days, in my opinion. But the most recent report is that the Memphis Grizzlies are not interested in Kevin Durant. Mark Stein reported that the Memphis Grizzlies are not interested in Kevin Durant, even though they received all those assets in the Desmond Bane trade. I think Phoenix would probably look Memphis' way, but the problem is I don't think Kevin Durant wants to go to Memphis. He doesn't want to go to Memphis. And that's the case with a lot of players right now. It's been talked about recently on television that Memphis is a place that a lot of players don't want to go play in. And I kind of believe Stephen A. Smith when he says something, because he's a really reliable reporter, and he said today that he's heard from players that they don't feel safe in Memphis. And I don't really have an opinion on that. I've never been to Memphis. My dad lived in Nashville for years and goes there all the time. I went there when I was really young, but I don't remember it. But I've never been to Memphis, so I can't really say. But I know it can be dangerous there from times. And that could be a reason why a player might not want to go there. And that might be a reason why Kevin Durant doesn't want to go there either. But I think there might be other reasons. I think winning a championship for Kevin Durant at the age of 37 years old is very important. And maybe he doesn't feel like there is an opportunity to win a championship in Memphis with Kevin Durant, Ja Morant, and Jaren Jackson Jr. I think it'd be very fun to watch Kevin Durant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Because you've got Jaren Jackson, who's a great shooter, Kevin Durant, a great shooter as well. They're both very tall. Jaren Jackson 6'10", 6'11", Durant 6'11", even though I really believe he's actually 7 foot. So that'd be interesting right there. And then you've got Zach Edey as well. That'd be an interesting front court for the Memphis Grizzlies. It really would. Because Zach Edey's not going to that deal, I don't think. I know Jaren Jackson Jr. is not involved in that deal. I don't know who is involved in that deal. You might have to, and I don't think that'd be the difficult thing for Memphis. Because I don't think they'd want to get rid of Jalen Wells or Zach Edey. And I don't blame them. And that's something that Phoenix is going to want one of those guys. We heard that Phoenix wanted Stephon Castle in the second overall pick from the Spurs originally. That is just nuts. So that shows you how the Suns are a little bit delusional in these trade talks. Memphis is not going to want to get rid of Edey, and I think that might be a guy that Phoenix might want. They're not going to want to get rid of Jalen Wells, and I don't blame them. I don't think Memphis, even though Durant doesn't want to go to Memphis, even if he did, I don't think the trade talks between Memphis and Phoenix would go well anyways. So, but they do get all these assets. I think a lot of people thought maybe Durant. I think a lot of people might have thought originally when the Grizzlies made that trade with the Magic to get Desmond Bane, thought that maybe Kevin Durant could be in play, because one of those draft picks that the Grizzlies got from the Magic, one of those draft picks was a first round pick in 2026 that belongs to the Phoenix Suns, and that definitely could have interested the Phoenix Suns. But I think you look at some other teams, like you look at the Rockets, they don't have just one first round pick that belongs to the Suns. They've got two. And I think Phoenix definitely would rather have their 2027 and 2029 back from the Rockets than their 2026 back from the Grizzlies. Because I think the Suns might want to be competitive next season, and not so that 2026 to them might not mean a lot. The 2029 that the Rockets have might mean a lot to Phoenix. I don't know. We'll see what happens in talks with the Rockets. But let me know your thoughts on this Kevin Durant news and all the other Kevin Durant news you're hearing as the days come on, as we are a week away from the draft. Like I said, I would predict that Kevin Durant gets traded a day or two or even three before the NBA draft on Wednesday. I would predict you see a Kevin Durant trade next week, Monday or Tuesday is my prediction. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.